Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm reading chapter 1 of A Dog's Purpose. So let's get started. Chapter 1. Let me just find the page. One day it occurred to me that the warm, squeaky, smelly things squirming around next to me were my brothers and sisters. I was very disappointed. Though my vision had resolved itself only to the point where I could distinguish furry forms in the light, I knew that the large and beautiful shape with the long, wonderful nose, with the long, wonderful tongue, was my mother. I'd figured that out when a chill air struck my skin. It meant she had gone somewhere. But when the warmth returned, it would be time to feed. Often, finding a place to suckle meant pushing aside what I now knew was the snout of my siblings seeking to crowd me out of my share, which was really irritating. I couldn't see that my brothers and sisters had any purpose whatsoever. When my mother licked my stomach to simulate the flow of fluids from under my tail, I blinked up at her silently, beseeching her to please get rid of the other puppies for me. I wanted her all to myself. Gradually, the other dogs came into focus. I grudgingly accepted their presence in the nest. My nose soon told me that I had one sister and two brothers. Sister was only slightly less interesting in wrestling with me than my brothers, one of whom I thought of Fast because he somehow always moved more quickly than I could. The other one I mentally called Hungry because he whimpered whenever my mother was gone and would suckle her with an odd desperation, as if it was never enough. Hungry slept more than my siblings and I did, so we often jumped on him and chewed on his face. Our den was scooped out underneath the black roots of the tree. It was cool and dark during the heat of the day. The first time I trotted out into the sunlight, Sister and Fast accompanied me, and naturally Fast shoved his way to the front. Of the four of us, Fast had a splash of white on his face. As he trotted around forward, this patch of fur flashed in the daylight. I'm special. Fast's dazzling star-shaped spots seemed to be declaring to the world. The rest of him was mottled and unremarkably brown and black, as I was. Hungry was several shades lighter, and Sister shared Mother's stubby nose and flat forehead. But we all looked the same, more or less, despite Fast's prancing. Our tree was perched on a creek bank, and I was delighted when Fast tumbled head over heels down the bank. The sister and I plummeted with no more grace when we tried to make the same descent. Slippery rocks and a tiny trickle of water freed many wonderful odors, and we followed the wet trail of the creek into a moist, cool cave, a culvert with metal sides. I knew instinctively this was a good place to hide from danger, but Mother was unimpressed with our find and hauled us unceremoniously back to the den, where it turned out our legs weren't powerful enough to scale back up the bank. When we learned the lesson that we couldn't return to the nest on our own, when we went down the bank, as soon as Mother left the nest, we did it again. This time, Hungry joined us too. Though once he was in the culvert, he sprawled into the cool mud and fell asleep. So guys, that is the middle of chapter 1. I think I'm going to stop there. That's enough reading for today. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 more pages till the end of the book. And I really hope you liked it, because so far, this is my favorite book in the whole wide world. Thanks for watching. Bye!